Rude boy. 1-7. Flatbush. Yeah, check it out. My cousins all in for ballin' and we ain't playing, yo. Flatbush pushing and posing in videos. Pop up at the roses to chop it up with the bros. And we can smell a rat like they waving them by the nose. Be the one to violate and we hanging them by the toes. Ain't gotta be serving butter to chew them up with the toes. Women, we bend them like elbows. If he floors, then we snatch it up off him like Velcro. Never told, but they talking to devils, that's well known. Cause that's in his hell, sitting to sell him like hell no. Ain't catch me slipping, I held on with a grip. Throwing dollars, they showing that tailbone. Bone appetit, eating the street up with rap bones. Bomb blocks after my youngins doing that recon. Con man, trying to swindle my way to 100 grand. Grand slam, how we hitting them out of the stadium. You stay inside in PM and she stay inside of DM. Toss them up at the crib and she screaming for Annie M. I'm a whiz with it like I be peeing on street corners. The family come from Miami, the way that them heats on us. Burning empires down on the fire that heat for them. Treating suckers like a track, how we putting the beats on them. HuBes. How do you do? And welcome to this episode of RiHuBe. We back, baby. We're doing it and we still going full Drago. All right? That's just what it's going to be. You know, because I get it. You know, we doing the whole pandemic thing. We're doing this social distancing too. You know, as much as humanly possible, because you gotta get close to people. Like when you're riding in cars and stuff. You know, like I take a cab or whatever, and you gotta put the mask on, but you're not 6 feet away from each other. Come on, you know. So we do it. We're doing what we can. We're still trying to salvage our lives, and we're still going full Drago because it's just gonna be a risk that we're going to have to take. We're going to have to be a part of the world. We all can't just retreat from the world entirely. Just going to go full Drago. If he dies, he dies. All right. So with that, you know, you got things going on the planet. Still the same old thing here at RiHuBe. Why? Because we still in the trust tree, in the friendly nest at the zoo. All right. And yes, the zoo is outside. Okay, so the zoo, full Drago zoo. All right, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Ivan Drago. Okay, it's like Rocky 4 or 5 or something like that. Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies. All right. No, he didn't sound like that, but that's the way I'm doing it because I think the voice was kind of weak that they used for him. That was one of those older movies where he probably had a heavy accent or something, and they just used a voice for him. You know what I mean? Like they used to do for Arnold Schwarzenegger for sure, and I think they did it for a while. Might have done it for a while with Van Damme too. Speaking of Van Damme, you can watch Breaking, the movie Breaking, and there's a scene where they're breakdancing on a beach, and you can see a young Jean-Claude Van Damme as one of the members of the spectators, you know, around the cardboard box or whatever that they break it on. And he's wearing something crazy. I want to say it's like a pink singlet, like a spandex onesie with the shorts and it's like a tank top on top and the shorts on the bottom. I want to say he's wearing that. All pink or something. I can't really remember. He's wearing something crazy though, and he's just like clapping. You know, like he looks like he has no clue what the hell's going on. It looks like a tourist, as a matter of fact. Like he came there from wherever he's from, and it's the first time he's seen breakdancing, and he's like, "Oh, cool, oh," because that's how he sounds. That's how he sounds for sure. He had a lot of hair too, I think, if I can remember correctly. If I could pull some video, I'll show it to you. But we're gonna start this off like we usually do. You understand me? We got something from Anthony Highland here. It's not his entertaining stuff. It's more like the older stuff he would put out. And from the look of it, it's 12 minutes long. All right? And you guys going to sit with me through these whole 12 minutes or as much of it as we can stomach. All right? Let's do what we got to do.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Still tasting all of the words.
Because I'm not going to be on here long. So
not long, 12 minutes.
On rewatch, I appreciate you clicking on the video, and for those of you that will actually be here, thank
I don't
you so
know
much
what
for showing
rewatch
up.
is.
A few things that are happening
Oh yeah.
with myself and my company. I am working on my LLC, so I should have that secured within the next month or so.
Okay.
And I'm working on scaling out my social media so much so
Scaling
that I can
out.
start doing this full time.
You
and by
remember?
doing this, I mean the social media coaching.
Remember he used to say all of that.
Continuing to build my platforms.
Scaling
as well
out.
as I'm actually building a course on the platform Teachable, as well as Udemy, to be able to teach organic growth on social media. Just for those of you that do not know, I've been studying social media for the past 8 years.
Have you?
And I just got my certificate of completion from Harvard Business School online in Entrepreneurship Essentials. So I want to be able to teach you guys how to take your platform and to monetize it, so that you can start earning residual income from that as
Saying
well.
all the words.
Another thing that I'm working on also is consistent Zoom classes that will be at the point that I'm at right now. I'm looking at twice a month, but maybe once a month to begin with, to kind of gauge interest, to see how people are going to respond. And if in fact I go to twice a month, it'll be once toward the beginning of the month, once at the end of the month, and figuring out which day and what time is more feasible. And more than
we got to keep up with this because
evening component. For those of you that do not know, I'm in.
We have to take his Zoom course at least once.
So a lot of my support base is on the East Coast. I've been growing my TikTok. For those of you that do not know, I'm close to 170,000 followers. So my platform on TikTok is literally worldwide. So I have people from the UK, I have people from Canada, I have people from South Africa, I have people from Australia. I have people literally all over the world that are following me.
Is that right?
So I want to ensure that I'm putting out a time.
I guess you got to say a few of the places before you say all over the world. Because if you just said all over the world first, we would understand that those places are a part of it for sure.
So what do I do for the people that can't take part? Those individuals, I'm encouraging them to reach out to me individually, as I truly do.
All right,
believe that
individuals,
my rates are not too expensive,
reach out to him
to where I can do some one-on-one coaching with them, as each individual platform requires a different thing. In terms of my spoken word,
you should have said approach, not different thing.
I've been continuing to build my platform. My album, metaphorically speaking, is doing very well.
Is it?
The last time I checked my downloads, I was a little bit under 5,000 downloads. So, I mean, to be honest, I consider that marginally successful. I definitely did not expect
you're going to see him on the video podcast.
Downloads.
Marginally successful.
TikTok, I'm coming to see that a lot of people who, when I post new poems or, little snippets, they'll be like, oh, you're a spoken word artist, blah, blah, blah. Oh, do you have an album?
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, absolutely, I got an album.
Masterful command of the English language as a spoken word artist.
Entitled Metaphorically Speaking. It's available on all streaming platforms. Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube Music.
You heard it. Full Highland advertisement.
My book, The Purpose of Power, that has also been doing very well. So from March, April, May, June.
Just use your fingers then.
26th. So the beginning of June.
Can't count to
we've
3.
Done close to 800 books sold. And I've reinvested all of that money back into my merch. Oh, excuse me. I have my greatest tees, as well as a few slogans that I kind of adopted on my TikTok as well. So a lot of my followers were asking for merch in regards to the slogans that I use on my TikTok. So we have the merch available as well. If you would like that link, you can post a comment in the comments.
You just
and I'll go ahead and drop that link as well. I'm trying to think what else.
Make a sound effects guy. Do you know you just burped?
That's it for right now. In terms of updates, I know I'm not on Facebook as much
Guy,
as
do you know you just burped?
As of lately, and again, time differences, time zones rather, play a huge role in that. So I don't discount that.
Oh, you just ate.
I also want you guys to understand that I'm not neglecting
in your time zone.
That I've been, building my platform over on TikTok.
Don't burp
really
and then keep going.
That, my effectiveness.
You burp. You deserve to start
very limited because of my military affiliation and my military service.
This podcast,
I don't take lightly
I'll
at all.
Burp all
very
over you.
Appreciative of what the
burp
military
all over you. No
has been
problem.
able to do for my family. My son, Cairo, My newborn, he's doing very well.
Is he?
A couple of you have been asking.
Did he tell you that?
Inbox me, so I do want to put that out publicly. My son
Didn't tell you
is
that.
doing very well. My wife, she was dealing with Bell's palsy. For those of you that are familiar with Bell's palsy, she's doing a lot better with it. She
don't know what that is.
Developed it in her third trimester.
Probably gonna
which
Google
is very
it.
not very common for pregnant women, but pregnant women in the third trimester are very susceptible to Bell's palsy, more so than a lot of other people. So my wife is doing very well with that. My son Caleb is doing very well as well.
We're getting a whole family update, huh?
You know, as a 2-year-old will, you know what I mean?
This went
my daughter Kylie
just to another place.
On her way to December to be 4, and she is in my
I just burped. You couldn't
44. As she, is, increasing her speech and things of that nature.
He fully burped into his hands.
In terms of her role as a big sister to my younger son, as well as my newborn. So she's definitely embraced that role as the big sister. And my wife teaching her, specific things as it relates to being, a young black woman in America.
Well,
and then I also want to say too, outside of my updates,
I'm not going to be a different kind of
woman.
We are in
some very tumultuous times. And while I do understand that it is a very emotionally charged time, I want to say protect yourself. For those of you that are going out to protest and going to marches,
I had to tell you to do
yourself.
It. I had to tell
Be
you to
smart.
Do it.
Take a buddy with you. And above all, before you speak, make sure you do your research. Because there are a lot of people out there that are seeking to invalidate that what you're going through. And for, the communities that we're fighting,
I don't even know if invalidate is a word.
Matter, I believe it has been grossly gentrified, grossly marketed in a way that, really and truly to me,
too many grossly
seems very disingenuous. But at the same time, I am
grossly
very appreciative of the companies that are willing to make these statements, but do understand that we must hold these. That was a double entendre. For the ones that are only using it for clout and or because Black Lives Matter is a trending topic right now. So do understand that too. And I also want to challenge you all to confront your own biases. There are specific things that during this quarantine.
Don't challenge me.
I appreciate that. There are specific things during this quarantine that I myself have even confronted about my
somebody
own
wrote, God bless
and
Team
my own
Highland.
thought processes that I myself need to confront.
I want to ask them which God.
I truly do believe that the great divide between people connecting is intelligence and understanding. So make sure that you're doing your research, make sure you're gaining that perspective, and make sure you have that basic level of understanding. That way, even if you don't agree with something,
same research,
you can be able to understand it.
Two different results.
And if you don't understand it, you seek to get to a better place mentally to where you can understand it, even if you don't agree.
Don't do better and worse when you're talking about understanding people.
Of all of my supporters, all of those that have followed me over the years. All of those that have
flicking his whole beard
life
all
into me,
over the
that have
fucking
spoke life into my platform, that have spoke life into my marriage, that have spoke life into my family.
Don't be
Thank
gross.
you so much. We
Grossly
genuinely appreciate it. And being out here in Hawaii, I'm gonna be honest, is not easy. I'm away from a lot of our family. I'm away from a lot of my supporters. But I also do believe that sometimes separation
terrible
is elevation. So me moving out here has allowed me to separate myself from a lot of people that were very disingenuous to me, to my family, and God exposes those types of things.
Is that who it was? Is that who does it?
I make a New Year's resolution, but I make a New Year's declaration.
Is that who's been doing it for me?
And I say, God, anyone that's in my life that doesn't need to be there, you take them out. Not in the terms of extreme situations, but in terms of remove them from my life. As
ain't the Christ God supposed to be the boss?
Specific type of individual, if they do
you
not
don't
mean
make
me
declaration
well, or
to
mean
him.
My family well. So again, I want to say thank you so much to those that have been supporting me, those that have been supporting my wife, those that have been supporting my family over the years. Thank you so very much. To my spoken word community, especially in Virginia and in Philly, I miss you guys so much.
Do you?
I love you, and do understand that I will be back to visit. To my military community, those of you on deployment, keep your heads up. Corona is real, so make sure you're socially distancing. Wearing your mask.
That's who needed to know.
Adhering by the guidelines that you need to adhere by. And then to my intellectual community, keep on reading, y'all. Keep on reading. Right now, I'm reading The Comedic Tree of Life, which has been a very life-changing book for me. as well as the Kabbalah and
This
the Emerald
intellectual
Tablets
community
of
is full of
Thought.
kindergartners. Keep
So,
on reading.
Increasing your knowledge on a consistent basis is absolutely necessary. So for all of
Increasing
you
the knowledge
that
of
are,
what?
going through things, for my individuals who are, trying to still figure
Shout out to
out
all
things
my
and find their
individuals,
way,
man.
do understand that everything has a reason. Everything has a purpose.
Oh, here we
You
go.
have a purpose. You know what I mean?
This is what we tune in for. All these
If you have a
unique
platform, make sure you're using your platform wisely.
and
One of the main
exploratory
things that I've been preaching on my TikTok is understand that the
perspectives.
internet is forever. So to my young folk that are on here that are listening to me, understand that
Young
you have
folk.
a responsibility with your platform.
Listening
To
to
my
you say
older folk,
young folk.
do understand that somebody's going to hold you accountable for the things that you post online. And when you
Oh,
go
the
through
same
the
person
cognitive
wrote again.
process of putting together content
sanitary,
and posting it on
fam.
social media, understand that you will be held accountable for it.
Followed by
Again, I love you guys so much.
prayer
and
hands,
thank you
brain,
so much for all of
plug.
the years of support and the continued support that you render toward myself, my
terrible
family,
combination
my
of emojis.
community, and everything that goes along
when you
with
pray,
doing
you're
the
on your
things that I
knees.
do. Thank you so much.
And that means you
To
what?
my
The plug
activists,
for some brain?
keep y'all head up. Please.
I mean, different
keep
strokes,
going about
literally.
doing the work of our community and keep going about doing amazing things for people that might not be able to ever return the favor. If you take nothing else away from this live,
And I won't.
understand this, that the true testament of character is what you do for people
When nobody's
that can do
looking.
absolutely nothing for you in return. Make sure you're volunteering. Make sure you're getting out in the community.
No, thank you.
And make sure you're building the next generation.
No, thank
I
you.
love you guys. Remember, God is peace, God is love, and God is everything. Y'all have a good one.
Hurtful, hurtful, hurtful. Hurtful words if I ever heard them. Okay, so he's back to that. And I don't quite know what to say about it. You'll see it on the video podcast. You heard it on the audio podcast. All right. And all together we'll just have to see how all of that pans out. Because the man definitely said a lot of things. Now, did they need to be said and did we need to hear them? Don't know. All right, but as he even likes to say, what does he say? I don't know who needs to hear this. That's what the people like to say. Okay, why is that part even necessary? You could just say the thing that you were going to say after you said, I don't know who needs to hear this, because we don't care how much you know, as it relates to who needs to hear what you're saying. Unless we're trying to help you understand that you need to shut up. And nobody needs to hear what you're saying. Okay? Because that is a thing as well. But what are you going to do, right? That was our guy, Anthony Highland, for Highland High. All right? And you heard it on there. He said a lot of stuff that he's going to be doing. And if you think that we're not going to get a piece of some of that stuff, whatever the hell it is, we're going to get a piece of it. Okay? Because it doesn't even matter what happens. That's what's so great about this podcast, okay? It doesn't even matter what happens. If Highland becomes just a household name today, that won't make this segment any less funny. I'm confident. Okay, because it doesn't matter what he does or what he says. It's just going to forever be entertaining to me, at least. Okay, does it matter whether or not he's entertaining to you? Nah, not really. Why? I'm going to be on a podcast anyway. I decide that. All right? Not you. Because this podcast is for me. Okay? It is for you. Okay? You can have it. But it's for me. All right? And the time that I wasn't doing the podcast, I felt different, man. This is podcast therapy. Okay? And I've said that before, and sometimes I say it again because I just remind myself again, that this is what this is. Okay, that this is for me. Now we say it's for you, but it's definitely for me. All right, so let's move on to our guy Ben back with Ben and Tima, because he does this thing now. This is what he does now. Ben and Tima, he's gonna be your relationship and mental health coach, whatever you want to call it. Okay, he's running that route. He's got his lady with him, which that's a nice touch for sure. And we're gonna see what's what right now. What we got here.
For our viewers that are watching, what are some other ways?
Video podcast, you can see. She says for our viewers that are watching. He looks at the camera like he didn't know it was there. Like he just found out people are gonna be watching.
Okay.
What?
Or so the one
looking real defensive.
Like you're a high SNC, right? I'm a high S kind of C.
Oh, he's
he's
doing these. He's doing these letters again.
I'm good with words.
A lot for yourself right now.
Right, so
Stop! Don't clap at your woman.
They just tell us what they want to do, and that's it.
So I guess I'm more on the reserve side.
You're on the reserve side, so I actually have to ask you questions to get you out, or else you wouldn't tell me.
Hold on, I don't know what he was talking about. Let's start that over.
Viewers that are watching, what are some other ways to, like, how can a couple achieve that win-win situation?
Oh, the win-win. I think that was.
Okay.
There's no question.
Or so the one way is question. So just like
Video podcast is kind of awkward looking at this right now.
And I got a little bit of
I don't know. It's like he didn't like the question that she asked. It got a little. Started pressing a little bit. Oh, clapped at her too. It's kind of weird.
They just tell us what they want to do, and that's it.
So I guess I'm more on the reserve side.
You're on the reserve side, so I actually have to ask you questions to get you out, or else you wouldn't tell me.
Yeah. But yeah.
Like you're not going to come out and be like, yo, Ben, this is how I feel. This is what I'm concerned about. Can you help me with this? It's just not going to happen. Like, you're suffering.
This kind of sort of impersonation he just did of her.
Really dramatic, but that's really
okay, he admitted that he did that because he did it.
Will not tell me a problem you're facing. Like, I would have to
and she just got the nervous laugh on, like,
a lot better with that in your defense.
She probably wouldn't tell him shut the fuck up.
We're seeing less of each other.
That's true.
So it's like that little bit of time that we're talking.
He wants to talk again. He wants to talk again. Barely wants to let her talk. He's ready to jump in again.
So I'm gonna play devil advocate. You're not gonna complain, but you're gonna say what's on your heart and what's on your mind. This time we're still talking about bullshit. We didn't talk about
hit her.
That really mattered. If you really
okay,
back,
hitting her with the shits right now.
I remember I call you after work or whatever. Like, hey baby, how you doing? How was your day? Fine. What did you do? Take care, baby. Anything else? Are you asking me all these questions?
Oh, press.
Like, is there something you want to know?
She don't trust him. That's why can't just answer the questions. That's distrust, mistrust.
That's what we're doing now. And it's just like, I don't have no anger. I just want to know who you are.
I believe you. You're my husband. I know you don't have an ending. Like,
but
you
didn't want to answer the question.
Years and years of unlearning things that, like, I'm not accustomed. Even though we all live in a society.
Look at her, making sense, man.
How are you on fun? Like, even though we're used to that, I'm still not. Like, you ask hardcore questions that
make you think.
That make you think, absolutely. And I'm not accustomed to those questions. Like, I'll think about
okay,
it in my own head,
get right.
And I'll answer it. But it's one thing to have the question in your mind, and it's another thing to be asked that, like, verbally.
You know what's crazy?
No, don't know what's crazy. You're right, because he didn't acknowledge nothing. Okay. Oh man, what's happening right now? Whole video just froze up. All right, we're having some technical difficulties. Oh, that's weird.
You know what's crazy?
Did you just get what I just said, though?
Yeah.
It's gonna freeze again? All right, I'm gonna tell you right now, the Wi-Fi is money around here, baby. So I don't know what the issue is with this video where it freezes at this point. But I tell you what, let's try it again. Because I wanted to.
Sensitive. I do have these
Oh, okay.
And I'll answer that.
Make you think.
That make you think, absolutely.
All right, we back to it.
I'm not accustomed to those questions. Like, I'll think about it in my own head and I'll answer it. But it's one thing to have the question in your mind, and it's another thing.
Okay, because I wanted to hear her kick it just now. As a matter of fact, I enjoy hearing her talk more than him.
Did you just get what I just said, though?
Right, motherfucker.
One thing to have that in your mind, and it's another thing to be asked that verbally or to say verbally.
Not just that, but years and years.
Right, give him that shit. He ain't listening.
Or when you express how you feel, it's like, why you feel that way? Boom.
Right.
Almost
like you're not supposed to have any emotions. So I'm very sensitive. I do have these emotions. I'm just not
used to
the best with expressing it or explaining it.
Oh man, she need to do this show by her damn self.
What's a good way to express them? So we have two options in that situation. Either you find out how to express your emotions on your own. Lord knows how long that's going to take, and what's the other option?
You don't do that.
I mean, wait.
Don't do that.
Like, I'm just saying.
Don't do that.
I haven't done anything.
Right. You vilifying her hard body.
Phases, so I think I have a pretty good
grasp on your emotions.
Over it, but I'm
see?
Absolutely, babe. And here's my point.
Absolutely, babe. Son had to pull it back 10 notches.
I have two questions. How was your day?
Look at this.
I've noticed.
Oh no.
Give me the answer that you think I want, and not the answer that you actually want to give.
No, I'm just like, Ben, get to the point.
Oh.
You ask me what you really want to know, and that's it. I'm not saying that's how I feel.
No.
It's just sometimes that's how. Because you sometimes you like to be like, oh, Fatima, wait, no.
No,
Fatima,
let her talk, motherfucker.
Did you drink water today? Is it snowing? Is it raining? I'm like, dude, just ask me a real question and that's it.
No, this is mind blowing, right? Because you know what you just did for me?
What?
You just made this so much more thing.
How?
What?
It's like the
what?
D and the C, they're all about chest.
Oh my God.
That's it.
He's going back to these letters.
What do you want? You see? Go. And
stop clapping at the woman.
It's about relationship. I want to know about you. Let's talk about the weather. Let's talk about butterflies.
Stop saying weather and
Let's
X.
say kumbaya. So it's like I'm doing the kumbaya thing. I just want to know
What's
you.
so funny is that I like those things.
Wow. That was a lot. They started really kind of getting into it. If you watch the video podcast, you're gonna see them start leaning into each other. All right. Okay, because it started heating up. You know what I mean? Shorty started getting in her bag real smooth. Okay, and that's me using the Philly slang because I think that's where they from. And she started kicking. She started kicking straight up. And I can't be mad at it. I agree with her. She need to do the damn show. Okay, stop letting this guy run it up. I think she be knowing what she talking about. Okay, probably because he's saying like she's the quieter one. She's probably just her thought processes. You know what I mean? Her element of understanding is probably just well thought out. You know, and she doesn't even know it because she don't get a chance to speak up about these kind of things. But hey, look, do the damn show, girl. All right, I'll watch it. All right, so let's that was been backwards for sure, but it was mostly Tima words. All right, because she was lit on there, and we're gonna get into Cancel Carson. All right, and this episode is called Access Denied. You know, and what we're gonna do is what we like to do. We're just gonna go to a random point in the podcast, and they're probably just gonna be squawking about some shit. All right, so as usual, ear bleed warning. All right, this just is what it is. If you don't know what ear bleed warning is, you should have been listening to the other podcasts. Full Drago.
Come back.
Right.
Of course.
Of course.
I'm gonna go piss on all the other bitches around here and they come back and piss on your ass. That's what the fuck that is.
I had to have that conversation conversation with myself.
All right, we
we
jumped in. Oh, spiritual. Said it already.
Yes. And men like that.
Okay, we jumped in at a wild part.
Some type of hurt, traumas, or pains they're dealing with.
Here we go. This is the Who Hurt You Brigade. Some truth to what they're saying though, but come on.
You're going through these things spiritually. You're fighting these spiritual battles. You
Spiritual.
still need somebody.
Right.
And I'm not going to take personal the wrongs you've done to me, and I'm going to help you through this. But in me being accessible and continuing to help you through this, you're not changing.
Right.
You're not doing anything to better yourself. You don't care about my purpose in doing this. I'm just easy to you.
Right.
And you just want the access.
And you just want the access.
True enough.
Right. And whether that access be you just need a place to stay. You
Come
need
on.
someone you need some money. You need someone to sleep
Don't
with.
do that.
Whatever. You want some pussy.
You're
right?
just gonna
Regardless of how accessible it's
bum this dude out.
And
Damn.
speaking, you just made a good point. Money. You said money.
Girl.
That is and that goes this okay. Let's be real.
What?
Like, girl, this just took me back because this is I had a conversation with someone while I was living in Chicago.
Did you?
And like I said, you had came to Chicago to visit me, and lifestyle in regards to like my financial lifestyle has changed a great deal. I mean, I used to go shopping.
What did you used to do?
Price tags.
All right.
Because I could do that.
Okay.
Right? However, I never showed any gratitude for it, and I was never thankful, and I never.
Is that the problem?
I remember saying thank you, God, thank you for what you blessed
is
me.
that the
Like
problem?
I was saying the same prayer over and over again. Appreciate it, love you, bye, good night. Like, all right, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, peace, love you guys. Like, and that was literally it. And
Okay,
so,
high bleed. Bring
in
it
the time
down.
when I was living in Chicago, and and I was in Atlanta, Chicago, Minneapolis, and before I moved here, I had set a goal of at a certain age, a certain amount of money that I wanted to obtain a salary. I did that, and so I was and the only person in our family to ever do that. And so, well, thank you. Yeah. And so, I had
what is the point of this?
Like, let me hold something. And some of them would
I feel like I'm just gonna turn this off soon because I'm finished with this story already.
And for me, it was like people would ask me. Somebody told me
Because I'm a high C with a little bit of I. And you got to get to the point.
And they said, well, not that nobody else is successful in your family, but you've reached this kind of this height, right? This heightened sense status or whatever, right? This heightened status in the sense.
How long have I been listening to this? I feel like I've been listening to this for a long time.
Job, you're making this amount of money each year.
For some reason, like I'm drained listening to this.
So they feel like they can call you.
I just got tired.
Because you don't know how to say no. And I said, well, yeah.
You just said a key thing.
You don't know how to say no. And I said, well, this is my family.
Yeah.
What's your point, Carl? I mean, literally looked at me and said, what's your point? I'm like, that's my family. And they said, okay. So think about he said, I want you to sit down and calculate all the money.
All right, y'all gotta be hurting with me on this. Like, gotta be hurting bad on this by now, right?
Because you might have got it back, but did you get interest on it?
All right, we're finished with that, and we stopped that at a good time. Did you get interest on it? Meaning what? Ain't nobody calculating no damn interest when they lend some bread to somebody, man. Unless you a loan shark, fully loan shark. Okay, but if that's you ain't got no arguments for nobody. They're gonna pay one way or another. I wonder what the loan sharks is doing in COVID-19. Do you get a pass on your loan shark loan for COVID-19? I almost said COVID in 2019, but that's just not what it is. It's COVID-19 in 2020. Okay, wow, tweak. Okay, so that was a lot. I'm not really sure what happened there. Or what the real point of that. It said access denied. So I guess it's talking about being accessible to people. Basically just giving your life away to them, maybe. I don't know. Not sure. Couldn't listen to enough of that. But I ain't gonna stun on you. At one point, I listened to every single episode of Carson's show, and I forget the name of it already. What is it? The Anomaly Podcast. Okay, I listened to every single episode, in full. Believe that or not. Probably not. Okay. So, and that's why I know I could just touch a random place on that podcast and it's going to be zooted. Because that's just it. That just is what that podcast is. They just go on about everything, I guess. All of their lady things. Whatever. But that's again another instance where a lady is telling a story about people taking advantage of her. And I haven't really taken advantage of any women. I don't think. You know, I have not nearly pushed the envelope as far as these guys that they keep describing. And now I feel like I'm owed some leeway from some chicks now. Like I should have been able to run over you just like this dude did. Shout out to one of my mans too, who was just talking about something like that just now too. Like, and there's a lot of times where ladies are hitting me with a heavy level of scrutiny, man. And I can't understand it, because they'll talk about how some other guy just ran all over them, and I'm like, yo, I can't, like, why you gotta be hitting me with all the pressure though? You know, you didn't hit that last guy with all that pressure. You feel me? And in some cases, they don't hit the next guy with the pressure either. The pressure just be for me. You know, they want to start a family today with me. And then I say no, and then they just get knocked up by the next dummy to trounce along, and it's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? You let this dude go the whole 9. Shoot, you could have let me go like 3 at least. Damn. You know, speaking of going the whole 9, we got something we usually don't do. You know, we usually don't do celebrities and whatnot, but I had to do this. This is a video of Britney Spears, man. Wow. Now, I never really cared for Britney Spears. I know that name because she was big. She was just too big for you not to know. Whatever's going on in pop music, like, you just kind of know. You know, when it's a global hugeness. And everybody who know anything about Britney Spears know the fall off been real. Super real. And I used to think that all of the drugs and all of the relationship issues and stuff like that was the fall off. But nah, when I seen this video, I realized that this was the fall off right here. Okay, and this is her dancing. Now, this is the thing that she's supposed to know how to do. All right, dancing and singing. That's your 2 things. Okay, and we're gonna play this right now. Oh, and it's so bad already, cause it's like all arms really. Oh, some classic twirl stuff. Oh no, there's like a teapot move. She did something. She keeps doing this spin with the arms. Oh, I just realized the words was like, say a prayer. She did a prayer thing. Oh, okay, now she's doing like some cheerleader thing, cause her brain was just like, all right, now we gotta make it fun. Make it fun. That's what she's doing. Just spin. Make it fun. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's like an Egyptian thing. What are you doing? Yo, that was worse than I thought. I had seen the whole thing. Oh. Yo. She's doing like a arm thing. She keep doing like an arm thing. That was her swearing she was Michael Jackson. That's what that was right there. Okay, and there was some classic stuff in there with some snake body things and some head twirling and spinning. And when somebody dances and it's just arms, they can't dance. All right, those are people who can't dance. They go arms because that's the only thing they know how to move. All right, it's effortless, more or less, to move the arms. Everything else, with the core and the lower body, you gotta have some strength in you. Okay, you gotta have back, knees, abs, ankles. Like, you gotta have all those things. To move the arms, you just move the arms. Okay, so anybody who you see and they just doing crazy arms, it's because we're just not doing real dancing. Wow, that was incredible. I don't think I ever want to watch that again. Wow. And I remember that song. And I don't remember whose song that is. I don't think that's hers. You know, I don't think that's hers. I might just Google it later. I don't think that's her song. But that joint was tearing up in the club or whatever. You know, and it wasn't the clubs for the blacks that wasn't really getting crazy. And there was nothing, like, when that song comes on, I feel nothing. You know, it's not for me. The only thing that was crazy is that beat. I think that was like a Timberland beat or something. No, and it got whoever's in the background like boop up do up do up. Like, listen to the song again. There's a voice back there getting crazy. All right, and every time that song come on, that's what I'm listening to. I couldn't tell you the words to the song. It's just a chick saying double D, double do, double yes, double no. Like, she's just going on like that. All right, but there's somebody in the background hitting some switches. Hitting some switches. Okay, and that, I think whoever that is needs some recognition. Okay, 'cause that's what was making the song for real. The verse could go. The chorus wasn't really nothing crazy. It's in between the pauses on the chorus. It's that background person going shabba blah blah do that. That was really killing it. Okay, someday we're gonna find out what that song is. You know, and it won't matter. You know why? Because I'll still just be singing. That's it. I don't want no more from that song. I didn't want anything from that song in the first place. Okay, because that song didn't get me no cheeks. Didn't happen. Worst thing ever will be if meet a woman and that's her favorite song. That's her favorite song, because I don't really want to hear that song ever again, really. But you have to play when it's a chick's favorite song. You have to play it somewhere. You know, she's gonna play it. You have to play it. You know, and I guess I'll just get familiar with the whoever that was. I'll be that part, because they want you to sing it with them. If you don't sing it with them, they're gonna do a performance. That's how chicks are. If you don't like the thing with them, they're gonna do a thing to try to help you like the thing with them. And when it's music, it comes with a damn performance. Okay, so fellas, if that song is your woman's favorite song and you want to avoid a performance, be the background. Be that guy, and that'll keep you from having to learn the song, and that'll keep you involved. You know, you that's as close as you're gonna get to being off the hook. Why not, right? Wow. And with all of that, we can mention, right? 4th of July just happened, man. Shout out to it. It's been a little different, this one, you know. This is like the 4th of July where the nation is in chaos, you know. People cracking 4th of July jokes. All countries matter. All Independence Days matter. Funny, man. Funny if you haven't seen it. Funny. And this has to be the first 4th of July where I think I walked around all day and I hadn't seen a single American flag. I had not. Because if you ain't up to date, the blacks, you know, amongst ourselves are discussing just not doing the 4th of July. You know, we don't do that. We're going to do Juneteenth. And on the 4th of July, we're just going to hang out because you got a day off from work. and it's just gonna be barbecue action on both days, except Juneteenth is gonna be a lot more celebratory. But with the the whole COVID move, we went full Drago. Everybody who did anything for Independence Day this year went full Drago. Okay, I don't care what you say, because I see a lot of Independence Day footage from a lot of different people and from a lot of different places, and everybody, they wasn't wearing a hazmat suit. You just wasn't. You feel me? People are kind of picking and choosing. Not that it's wrong, and not that I'm not okay with it. I mean, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. Okay, because I'm not gonna lie. Even myself, I wear the mask and whatever on the way to where I'm going. To travel and stuff. When I get to where I'm going, it's kind of like a general consensus among the people there that they're comfortable with each other. And that you just in Drago mode. That you're going. Everybody's just together. Just has a consensus among them that we're going full Drago. And that's just been the case in a lot of places that I've seen where anything is going on, actually, where anyone resolves to be anywhere together. And I'm talking about in a celebratory sense, not necessarily groups of strangers, even though it's happening there too. But then you got to discount the ones in eating establishments. That's where we don't play at. All right, when it comes to eating, or servicing the populace, nah, you got to do the social distance. That's just too much. It's too many strangers, Too many strangers you come in contact with in a day. And that's what people be beefing at about masks and whatnot. And I'm all right with that. You know what I'm saying? So we got 4th of July was out the way. It was cool. It was smooth, man. Ate a lot of things off the grill. Kicked it with my peoples. Hadn't moved around the city in quite a while, and it was nice to do. But the next major holiday, usually on these sides, would be Labor Day. But then the Parkway would kind of shoulder all of that. If you don't know what the Parkway is, this is New York City talking. This is on Eastern Parkway. This is where the parade is, or that's where the hotbed is for the parade, for Labor Day parade, or like a lot of people like to say, West Indian Day parade, because that's who really celebrates Labor Day. A very odd fun fact about the U.S. Or at least in New York City. Because I really don't... Places that don't have a heavy Caribbean population, or West Indian population, which West Indians probably not even a real thing, I never hear them talk about Labor Day or celebrate Labor Day. But whatever. It's not happening. There's no way it's happening. I should Google it, too. Because I hadn't seen no statements, but I never seen no statements about the Parkway. Unless de Blasio's making them. He be going in about the Parkway. He probably just really know about it because he got black wife, so he really know about it. But I never heard the mayor's really going in about the Parkway the way he is, or does. But it ain't happening. Ain't no way it is happening. So it's probably just gonna be like 4th of July Part 2. So technically we will get Juneteenth and 4th of July, and it'll be lit. And we're just gonna ham it up again. But with the Caribbean West Indian flags flying, and it's just gonna be barbecue mania one more time. And I feel like I'm okay with that. If you've never been to the Parkway, something to see. I don't even want to describe it for you because difficult to describe. Because it's a cultural element that's really exists outside of the U.S. and people brought it here and they really showcase it on this one day. And if I try to explain it, it's gonna be weird. Anything you explain in the U.S., You can't even really explain a parade, what a parade is. Try to explain what a parade is. You're going to sound like a psycho. Okay, they block off the street for miles. People stand on either side of the street, unallowed to go into the street. People build or buy floats. Now, a float, you would have to explain what the hell a float is. The more I try to explain what a parade is, the stupider it sounds. The stupider it sounds. I'm not going full Drago at no parade. That sounds like death sentence. Too many people, too much things going on. Can't do it. Cannot do it. Okay, so the hell with that. But the more I try to explain this again, the stupider it sounds. So you have to build a float. That's when you like, I don't even know where to start. It's a car or truck. Car or truck. Technically, it could be any vehicle. And on that vehicle, you put what? I can't really even say. It's like driving a Macy's, a Thanksgiving Day balloon. I could barely explain what a float is. Wow. Tell you what, let's Google that. Let's Google parade float and see what the definition actually is. All right, parade float. Okay. A float is a decorated platform, either built on a vehicle like a truck or towed behind one, which is a component of many festive parades, such as those of Carnival in Rio de Janeiro, Carnival in Sao Paulo, that's double Brazil, Carnival in Via Reggio, I don't know where that is, the Maltese Carnival, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and it's just going on again, and it doesn't say nothing about West Indian Day Parade. Like, they gave you two from Brazil, and then they gave you Macy's. Where I didn't even really know they had floats for Macy's. I thought it was just the balloons. I don't know enough. Why? Don't keep up with this stuff. All right? Things going on in this city. Big things. Don't care. Okay? How different would life be if there was no Macy's parade? I don't know. I really don't even know the point of it at this point. I think it's just for Macy's to just spend a bunch of money because they make a bunch of money. You know, something to spend money on. Because what does it do or what does it advertise? I don't even think anybody cares that it's Macy's that orchestrates the joint. I'm about to Google that one day too. What good does the Macy's thing do for anybody besides, I guess, give some creative people some leeway to make the balloons and people who want to hold them joints by the string or whatever and risk getting carried away for like minimum wage? Because I can't imagine that everybody who holding those balloons or whatever or securing them is getting paid super bread. I can't imagine that, okay? Because what is the interview for Macy's parade balloon holder? Can you put your hands together? Can you hold this? They have a rope with them. Hold this, please. See what your natural instincts are when holding a string. Don't know. Seems weird. And then I was just thinking, like, what is even the instructions? Because if you really want it to stay down, and if it's the power or the weight of humans that's keeping it down, I was like, tie it around your waist and then maybe wrap around your hand and hold it secure. But in that event, if the balloon is unsecure, you guaranteed hitting the air. Guaranteed. If it's tied around your waist, oh, you guaranteed hitting the air. You're gone, buddy. You go into the atmosphere. And a little balloon gets some lift. A balloon that big, taking you to space, bro. Taking you to space. For sure. Because I don't even know what would govern a balloon that big in the atmosphere to make it pop. Oh, man, because that's a whole different issue right there, too. Once you get high enough on that balloon, even though you're going to die, you know, a couple 1,000 feet up, you're probably just praying that it doesn't pop. Because then you got to fall. Probably would rather just go high up enough to suffocate, right? Because there's no oxygen after a while. Well, there's not breathable oxygen, I don't think. But wow. Don't get pulled away by a balloon. I think that's what we're learning right now. And that's why I'm not doing that job. Not doing that job. Shout out to people who do it. Because now I feel like you guys should get paid a lot. Still doubting it. But I feel like y'all should get paid a lot. Because I ain't getting carried off by no damn Winnie the Pooh, man. You know, that's insane. On top of that being a trash ass way to go out. Super trash. What happened to him? Got carried away by a cute cartoon. Whisked away into the atmosphere. Tweak. Because as soon as that balloon start getting shaky, I'll be the first one to let it go. I might be the reason why somebody get taken to the atmosphere. Okay? But it's not gonna be me. Okay? That's not what we mean when we say full Drago. That's full stupid. Wow, but we back to it, baby. Audio podcast on Monday, video podcast on Wednesday. And I'm gonna try to get my other social media game up because I was leaning on Facebook and it was going well for a while, but they getting some heat, man, about the ads and stuff. They got a lot going on that side, and I think it's spilling over into, like, you know, personal, you know, small ads from the public, you know, like for mine, for my podcast, and for some other people. Like, I've seen other people posting too, like, you just can't get no ads off. They're rejecting everything. And this time, the last time, they rejected the last video that I put up about the BLM freestyle. I did a little short video on that, and they rejected it. They didn't even tell me why. I guess they finished just making up stupid stuff. They're just like, nope, nobody gets anything off. Nothing's allowed on Facebook. Fine. Okay, got to take my talents to Twitter. Alliteration, fine. And I'm okay with it. You know, whatever you got to do. And that Twitter is the final frontier now, because it's ruthless on there too. People get busy on there. If you get some traction on Twitter, you got to be ready for the heat. You know, not that I'm not. You know what I mean? But you just got to chat. You got to talk a lot on Twitter. You know what I mean? And if you let the responses build up without you responding, it just gets worse. Twitter's a damn snowball, yo. Never ending. I really don't want to do all that because I'm not that social media crazy. Only if it's paying me will I be able to do something like that. Like, I'll have the time to do that. Otherwise, I'm doing other things. You know, I just can't be just arguing on Twitter all day, because that's what Twitter is, one big argument. You know, again, not that that's wrong or bad or nothing, but I don't think I'm there yet, but I'm gonna have to go there. Didn't want to go there, gonna have to go there. Whatever. Okay, because Facebook is just getting smoked, man. All good though, because we're still just trying to salvage our summer, you know. And that's it. And that's the whole point of what's going on right now. That's the whole point of Full Drago. You know, that's why I'm getting back to my podcast. And people are at home, they're just watching and listening to everything. So let's just make a hard push. If you're out there, you're listening to the podcast, share it with your friends. You watch the videos, hit the share button or whatever. You know, they're on YouTube, they're on Facebook. Got a little bit going on Instagram. I'll put some more on Twitter. Just hit the share button on everything. Let's just run it up, okay? Whatever happens, happens. Full Drago. If it dies, it dies. Okay? Ready for it. And above all else, fuck y'all.